Hello. My name's Cameron and I'm not wearing any pants.
Ah.
Just kidding. Oh, God. As always, intrepid viewers, I am nothing if not truthful in my interneting. And I'm going to be honest. I've already gambled and lost on a fart this morning. So, yeah, let's go look for diecast. So after I recorded that and I came in finally, my phone's been ringing off the hook, and I was talking to my family a bunch today. So anyway, there's some really cool stuff here. Check it out. First of all, the 5-packs are $5.69, which is pretty good, and I really dig this Retro Racers pack, especially that, what is that, a Porsche maybe? What is it? Let's find out. It doesn't say. Bummer. But the Lotus, the Mustang fastback, that's really cool. So I like that. Anyway, that's that for that. What does that say? M Hunter? Dino Hunter, okay. And Ultra HUNTS. Who knew? Gonna leave that for some lucky finder. But I got two people for whom these have to be scored. So anyway, hopefully they won't. Well, I know Andre doesn't watch the show, so we'll get away with that. But we'll see if my other buddy tunes in semi-regularly. Anyway, let's find out what else is going on with my focus ass. All right, we're getting way off the, way off the. Ooh. That's kind of cool. $12.48. Neat figure. Like the, love to have the plastic man someday. Cubone. Oh, I guess, shout out to my sister if she's watching this. Wow. That's neat. Metallo. Cool stuff. And nothing else. Bakuye. No wrestlers. Sorry, Andre, I looked. Let's go check the collector. These are super cool for people like me who are old enough to fart dust. This is the way Halloween costumes all looked. That's the Phantom, Vampira, and the Devil. That's fantastic. All three of them. Nice. But that's about it. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no worries. How about you? Yeah, what up? Press? I figured some of the other stuff went to that house. That's $10 for the press.
mess of these. Is it worth $6? I don't know, you tell me. This is a much better display idea. Much better. Hot Wheels, thank you. Oh, and right on the front, a treasure hunt. Pretty cool to see that out in the wild. Oops. I think I already have everything else I need from this set, however. So anyway, if you're near the Lancaster Fred Meyer, and you don't mind walking across a picket line, that's fun. It's been a while since I've seen one of those. Let's see what's on the other side. Sure. Yeah, absolutely. No worries. I think this is all going to be about that same stuff. What does that say? I can't even read anymore. Oh. Family. Andre can actually fit in one of these. Okay. I think I've taken enough time on this. There's not going to be anything here I need. But anyway, good to see a new Hot Wheels display. That's a better display. Welcome back to the lab. I have a couple of things I wanted to talk about, and I know that scares the shit out of everybody, but let it happen. Let it happen. I wanted to talk about the fact that I have given away all of my treasure hunts. I have given away everything, and I'm not going to pick them up anymore. The reason for that are my own. I don't feel like chasing that particular bone anymore. I don't feel like getting up early to try to beat people to the punch. Interestingly enough, I saw a regular treasure hunt there today on that new Hot Wheels display. So first of all, good news, new Hot Wheel display. Kind of like a turning thing that, spinning display like we used to get comic books off of. Very much easier to access. It's two sides, seems a little flimsy. We'll see how long they last, but these are the new displays coming from Hot Wheels, and it's good to see them too, because shippers are a pain in the ass. They're fun, but they're a pain in the ass. I'm sure they're a pain in the ass for the people who do the stocking. If you have any experience with this, please let us know down in the comments. If you have any experience with putting shippers out on the floor and dealing with the mess they create and everything else, I'd love to hear about it. I just don't, I'm not going to be chasing treasure hunts any longer. And that's no big news. It's not a shocker. I gave all of my stuff away half of it went to a charity, and half of it went to a friend of mine whose daughter is getting a collection of treasure hunts together. So I think that treasure hunts are they're something for the younger people out there to kind of look forward to, and I'm done. I'm done chasing those things. And I'm done with chases, and I'm done with all of that kind of insanity that comes along with completism. Okay, I have a couple of treasure hunts left. I have my my 510 Datsun Super that my wife and I found. Okay, and I have a Gulf livery Porsche Carrera that Nas gave to me. And I also saved the Batmobile that Rusty sent to me, which was also a treasure hunt. I kept those because they had deep sentimental value to me. Each of them. I found the 510 with my wife. I got the Porsche from Nazar, and I got the Batmobile from Rusty. And those are two. One was a big event because my wife and I found that 510 at a little Dollar General in the middle of ass and nowhere on our way out to an Easter family get-together thing out towards the coast. I don't need the clutter, as you can see behind me and all around me. The clutter is real, and so I got rid of all of my treasure hunts, which were on a wire display. I have it over here. I'm not going to pull it out. It's a big pain in the ass, and I might get hurt. But it's weird, you know. I mean, I've been listening to Nas for a couple of years now, and he went through a thing with adapting some minimalisms in his life, which I thought was outstanding. As a collector and as someone who's at the heart of it is like sort of a completionist, I recognize that kind of insidious nerve on which all advertising preys. And that includes Hot Wheels, okay? So I'm not saying I'm never going to buy another mainline. I'm not going to buy another, this is not a statement of I am never going to dip into Hot Wheels, but if I see treasure hunts and super treasure hunts on the pegs in the future, I will leave them exactly where they are. And so if you were local and watching the show, go on out and pick up that treasure hunt that I pointed out today, okay? And if you're just joining the Hot Wheels community and you're not sure about what treasure hunts and super treasure hunts and all of that are, treasure hunts are, they have a little sort of flame on them, and super treasure hunts have a TH on them, and I probably have that backwards, but anyway, there are little markings on the cars, and they're, in terms of the supers, there's a Spectra Flame paint that they use, so you get a very definite finish. Honestly, I think most of the main lines that I've seen of supers look better than most supers. Not a big Spectra Flame liker. Collective gasp. Please let me have it in the comments. Just, tell me what an ass I am. But speaking of ass, I did want to point out a couple of things that I picked up, and I already talked about these, I believe. So, but the one that I did want to point out is this Convergence with Batman on the cover. It's such a good looking cover, isn't it though? But let me show you some of the other ones that I've picked up here recently. I have been going out and picking up comic books that are between $1 and $2. So just kind of fleshing out areas of my collection that I don't really have. The 90s were good for that. If you don't know anything about comic books, the 1990s were a terrible time. And they were also bad for comic books. If you want to start building a collection and you want to have a little more mass, a little more meat laying around than quality, you can go this direction. And by the way, the art, which so many people crap all over, is its own thing. And as it carries on into the future, the type of art that you will see in these books is very different than what it has become nowadays. It's much more stylized, I think, in terms of things. Artists took more chances. Not everybody wanted to look like Jim Lee. Jim Lee's artwork is fabulous and everybody loves it, but to me, it's so clean, it's so crisp that I would rather look at things like Mike Mignola drew, or some of those other artists that are maybe a little more sloppy or not so obsessed with physique and detail, and reality detail, whatever. That's enough of that, Ghost Rider. This is in Chains Part 2 of a 4-part series. I have the first issue, and then I picked up a few more issues of Maverick. I know I spoke about this before, and people who know the X-Men know who Maverick is. I had no idea, but I found the #1 of this the other day, and as I tend to do, even with, and especially with, off books, if it's the first issue or the first 5 issues, I tend to pick those up, because when they introduce the characters, or if the character catches on in some other way, then those issues get hot. It's a long shot, but again, it's not going to an OTB or a strip club. I don't come home smelling of Brasso and shame. Not to disparage anybody who goes to an off-track betting facility or anybody who goes to a strip club. I've never been. I'm serious. I have never been to a strip club. I don't care if you believe me or not. I know I look the part. Shout out to Yeti up north in Canada. This is a little bit of Alpha Flight here making the cover. Speaking of Jim Lee's artwork and his influence, this sort of sharp line work and everything else is very Jim Lee. It's very Bruce Campbell's brother draws a lot like that too. The cat who does Danger Girl, one of my favorite comic books of all time. Danger Girl, by the way. I picked up some Phantom Stranger, this Forever Evil banner up here up top. I think I got another issue of it today. These are all issues that I picked up in the last week and a half that you have not seen me. I have been getting my hand better, and so I am actually able to play video games and stuff again, which is thrilling for my wife. Anyway, here's the first issue of Maverick. Again, this is a character that I had no idea about. I just saw this cover and I was like, wow, that's really kind of cool. And it's cheap, and so I don't know about Maverick, so I picked this up. It's the first issue, Like I said, I will tend to do that. Also, a copy of The Incredible Hulk with Captain Universe on it. I have the debut in Marvel Spotlight of Captain Universe. It's a character that never caught on. And as a result, these types of appearances are kind of cool to have. And oddly enough, at this time too, it seems like they all got dropped in the Hulk's lap. Let's see. I think I went over these as well. I picked up from Andre. I had a copy of Batman: The Dark Knight, which is a new 52 title. And it was the issue with White Rabbit, and so I went out looking for the next issues either prior to or after it, and I found two of them at Radar Comics. I should just go ahead and mention them right now. Radar Comics, 1440 Lancaster Drive Northeast here in Salem, and they also have a location in Eugene that I will learn the address of. But I don't work there. They simply help me get through my week sometimes. And again, it beats the hell out of coming home smelling of Brasso and shame. If you go to strip clubs, I guess that's cool, but I spend my money on comic books. I stick my dollar bills in Batman's G-string. Wow. There's a lot to unpack there. But speaking of Batman and a G-string, these covers were really outstanding, and so I was happy to pick them up. I think this is dealing with Scarecrow, which is also a comic book bad guy that I've been trying to pick up some issues of. The next thing I've got to show you is an issue of What If. What if the Disney characters became the Avengers? And what if Pegleg Pete? Yeah, what if Pegleg Pete was Loki? Goofy is Thor. You can see what's going on here. You understand why I had to have this. And again, thank you very much to Brittany at Radar, who kind of knew I was looking for such things. You should give them a raise. Everybody, Lynn and everybody that works there at Radar, you should give them a raise. Another thing I picked up from 2008, Marvel Apes. I picked up 3 out of the 4 issues of this. It is really cool. I had no idea such a thing existed, and I accidentally left number 3 behind, and it is now gone, baby, gone, of course. But I thought to myself, if anybody should have Marvel Apes, it should be my collection, right? I have 1 issue of JL Ape, which is the DC thing where they made all of them into DC, all the DC characters into apes. Gosh. Okay. The last bit of this stack, and I really appreciate you all sitting through it. If you're not into comic books, remember the next episode's going to be different. Whatever it is, whatever I do for one episode, I try to kind of shift it around a little bit and do something different the next episode. So oh wow, this is a good bunch of polls. I got the Convergence, the second issue of Blue Beetle. I need to get the first one, obviously. This is the Blue Beetle I prefer. I haven't seen the film yet. I don't know what they've done to rework the character, but this is my favorite Blue Beetle. This is another one of those, the Trinity of Sin, Phantom Stranger. And it's got Dead Man on the cover too. So I thought, wow, yeah, got to do that. And again, $1 for that comic. Sleepwalker, another one that I'm kind of grooving on. It's the character's a little tongue-in-cheek. I like the character design. I would imagine if you've seen Resident Alien, like I picture that guy's interpretation of how an alien speaks. That actor, I forget what his name is, dude from Firefly. I should know this by now. I'm a bad nerd. What can I tell you? But Sleepwalker, I'm picking them up when I find them cheap. Space Knights. I was talking to Jersey about this. If you don't know who Jersey is Chris Sheets. Chris Sheets does all of our characters and artwork for the show. Thank you very much, Chris. You are the best. I was talking to Jersey about this. Man, I have no idea. Now I have 2 issues of it. I'm going to check it out. I'm going to read it when I kind of get all... Oh, it's 2 out of 5. So there are 5 issues of this. I think I have issue 2 and issue 4 now, which is, helpful. And then the last 3 here, we're coming around, we're rounding third base and heading for home here with this one. I paid a little bit more for 1987. The Secret Origins is an excellent line of comic books. If you're down and into it, they've got great sort of renditions of the origins of each character, and they go after a little off the beaten path kind of characters that you don't really... I mean, everybody knows how Superman got his britches, but not everybody knows about Spectre or Deadman, so learn you something. And then the final 2, this one also, these 2 go out to Jersey, and he's already seen these, by the way. I sent him a video like hours ago. This is the perk. Here's the perks for working on the show. Jersey gets to see things before, like 10 minutes before everybody else. Shogun Warriors, Jersey has got me collecting these now. I have a bunch of the Godzilla issues from the same time period. Shogun Warriors was another one that Marvel did. They sunk their license teeth into, and actually did a pretty cool job of doing some giant robot stories. This was a terrible time in comic books for this, though, because these banners by Toys R Us, Marvel was so broke, so ditch ass, broken teeth broke, that they were like selling all... Oh no, this is a Marvel contest, could be worth $25,000. Come on, man. Anyway, that's, I think, all that I have to show you for now, and that should be enough, for gosh sake. It's a half an hour of your life. How much more do you want? Take it. I feel like I'm working on your inseam. If you like what you've seen, folks, please hit the subscribe button below. Please leave a comment. I would love to talk to each and every one of you, and there's a lot of you out there, apparently, who I have not heard from yet. Thanks very much for coming out here to Monkey Shine Lab, everybody. We know there's a lot of people out there doing exactly what we do, so we hope that you like our spin on it enough that you'll come back. All right? I got some cool stuff arriving in the mail this week, should be anyway. But everybody have a very safe holiday if you're here in the United States. This is always a big one where people, I don't know, they barbecue and they get hurt. Especially if you live in Chicago. Have a good weekend, everybody, and I'll see you afterwards. Bye. Oh, hey, Andre. Oh, of course my chair isn't squeaking now.